All right, hello everybody. John again. Thank you for watching the video. I hope this is helpful for you. What I want to talk about today is my Revolt. I'm going to kind of do my opinion, review, commentary, thoughts on it. This is a 2021. I know the 2022s just came out recently as of the recording of this video, but I'm going to talk about my 2021, kind of my ride experience, what I look for in the bike, what I've enjoyed about it. A lot of this is going to be kind of based upon not just this one bike, but kind of gravel bikes, all in particular, and especially talking about the idea of one bike to kind of rule them all. That's what I wanted. I wanted one bike instead of one road bike, one gravel bike, one mountain bike, one endurance bike. I just want kind of one bike that would kind of do everything for me. I am not a speed rider, not a mountain biker. I have a mountain bike, but I'm by no means an amazing mountain biker. I just want to get out, have some fun, mostly road, which will come into play when I kind of talk about tires especially. But I have done some gravel. I have done a little light mountain bike with it actually. There's another video on that I posted earlier. Kind of sneak peek on that. I think the bike can do it. I'm just not a great mountain biker. But what I'll do is kind of talk about my thoughts on it. Like I said, I got about almost 3,000 miles on it. Got it in March of 2021. As of recording now, it's November 2021. So quite a bit of miles on it. Mostly road and pavement, but some gravel, some single track, some dirt. It has eaten everything up and done an amazing job. I love the bike overall. Love it. Can't see me getting rid of it. I don't really have a want for the new one or anything else like that. It's keeping me happy. It's a gorgeous bike. It's a dream machine. I mean, it's just amazing, in my opinion. And of course, I have no connection to Giant or any of the brands we're talking about. This is just kind of my experience and my opinion. So I want to kind of start at the front, and we'll just kind of go back. We'll talk about tires. We'll talk about what I like about it. Sorry, it's a little dirty, a little dark in here. I'll see if I can get it. All right, so now I'm going to start talking about tires initially. These are, of course, Gravel King SKs. These are kind of the tire I'm riding now. Very happy with them, but the bike actually comes with these Maxxis Velociter, Velocita AR, or whatever they are. They're good for road. They're not bad. As you can see, not really a whole lot of grip or texture. I tried taking these off on dirt, sand. If it's flat hard pack, they're just fine. The pavement, they're great. They're comfortable. But I got these out off on some sand and on some dirt, trying to do a light single track, and you just get no traction. It is not good. Also with these, see, I don't know if this is the exact tire. Some of these, when I got them with the bike, they actually had a little bubble would come up. Like it kind of pop up on the tread. I actually sent one back for a warranty replacement, and another one did it probably a few hundred miles later, so I couldn't send that one back. So I was kind of stuck with it. And I had to buy another one of these because about summer of last year, 2021, of course, it's hard to get tires. But what I found was a little better were these Maxxis Refuse. Again, very similar tread pattern. This is good for road. I've done lots of miles on these tires this summer before I could get the Gravel Kings. Again, I didn't even try these on dirt or anything. I don't think they would do very well at all. So it's kind of used them for road. But again, mostly road, so it's not that big a deal. But finally, a few months ago, I was able to find some Gravel King SKs. I have on the front, I actually have the SK. Then on the back, I have the SK Plus. I could not find two SK Pluses. What a surprise. Still hard to find, but I think that setup works well. I'm a heavy rider, 6'4", about 200 some pounds. So I think the SK Plus on the rear and the SK on the front's working just fine. I love these tires. They obviously have some more rolling resistance than the other Refuse or kind of a traditional kind of road tire. But they are kind of a good go anywhere for me tire. I have taken these again on some light mountain bike, some gravel, hard pack, and they do great on pavement. They are very comfortable. Probably a little more supple, I think, than probably the Refuse. I'm not going to try the Maxxis again. I think for my next round of tires, once these are worn out, I'm going to probably try the Gravel King SS's, which basically has this kind of side knurl on them right here, but has more of a diamond pattern, kind of like the Maxxis, or the kind of the Maxxis we're just looking at, for less rolling resistance. Because I do want something with a little more dirt capability. I think this will help me. These, I think, worked great on dirt, pavement, rock. Again, I did some light mountain biking, and I think the bike can handle that. I'm just not a great mountain biker. So kind of going from there, this bike, of course, this is the Revolt Pro 1, so it comes with the Di2 the GRX Di2. I love the GRX. It is amazing. I love this contour. That, to me, was one of the biggest selling features of the bike, actually. So I got the bike down here off the rack, so you can kind of see the way my hand very nicely fits onto. I love this. I can actually, we've got good control of the brake, good shifting easily with both hands. And of course, the buttons are right here for the GRX Di2. To be honest, this is one of the big selling features of me for the GRX. It kind of made me spend a little more. Obviously, the electronic shifting is super sweet. But this contour, this to me is so much more comfortable. It really fits my hand, very much like a glove. And it gives me lots of good hand positions on longer rides. I can come out here and kind of get some different areas, go swoop over the whole thing. If I'm going down a hill, then I'll go and use 2 fingers. But generally when I'm riding, this is kind of where I'm at. I'm just kind of down here or up in here. I did adjust the reach and kind of push them out a little farther. So one thing I found is when it came set up, and it comes back, it would hit my lower fingers. But again, I found this is a good riding posture, and this is kind of comfortable. So I can get lots of good different hand positions while riding. Of course, electronic shifting is amazing. Many people say that it's life-changing, and once you do electronic, you'll never go back. I don't know if that's true. I do enjoy the electronic shifting. The way I have it set up, I actually have this button right here. Instead of doing the standard up and down the rear cassette, and of course the front derailleur on the left-hand side, I have kind of a SRAM system set up. This button, the larger button, which would be up, is of course now my GPS up and down button. This one is of course my goes up the cassette on this way, and of course on the flip side, on the other side is my down the cassette. So again, this goes to a larger cog on the back. This goes to a smaller cog on the cassette on the back. And this goes through my GPS screens, as do the buttons on the top. So I kind of have duplicity there. The reason I did that is with gloves. This is better than I think most other electronic shifting to distinguish the buttons, especially the feel. But with gloves on, it's kind of hard to tell. So I just kind of went with this to shift. And I use, since I have a 2x drive system, on the semi-synchro shift, the way I have it set up, when my rear cog gets to about the 6th from the top, so the 6th from the top, it automatically shifts into the inner ring. And then when it gets down to about the 4th from the top, it goes back into the big ring again. So I have the automatic shifting. So all I really control is the rear derailleur. I let it control the front derailleur. I did that when I first bought the bike and haven't gone back. I'm sold on that. I think the semi-synchro shift is amazing. It works out. Of course, this carbon everything, carbon handlebars, carbon frame, components, wheels. It was really kind of a splurge bike, but I'm going to keep it for a long time. It rides very, very comfortable. One thing, obviously, is the carbon. It's the compliance. It's also the big tires, let's be honest. These are, what are these Pan Racers? 43s, which are amazingly comfortable. Also, one thing too with the Pan Racer meant to mention, these are probably some of the easiest tires I've ever tried to set up. Every other tire, because I'm tubeless, of course. I'm running tubeless. Even on the Maxxis, I was tubeless, and on these, I'm tubeless. The problem I always have with tubeless is a lot of times there's that initial setup where for the first few days to a week, you come out to go for a ride, and all of a sudden it's dead. Well, I didn't really have that with these tires. They aired up. They went on the rim easier than anything I've ever had, even the other two Maxxis. I was amazed how easily they went on the rim. They installed easily. They really kept their air amazingly well from pretty much day one. First couple days they got a little bit low overnight, but now they pretty much keep their pressure. I still check. Every once I'll be down a little bit. The back tire, I did have a ride once a few months ago, shortly after I installed them, where I was actually riding along and I could feel as I was pedaling, I hit something and the tire sealant was coming out and hit my leg, but I didn't lose any pressure noticeably. It healed, it sealed instantly. I got home just fine, no issues at all. I found a couple of times on the rear tire especially, well, I'll see some sealant up here on the seat tube. Sorry, I need to give her a bath this weekend. But I've never been stuck on the side of the road, never had to use the tube. I always carry a tube with me for emergencies, but the tires have been amazing. I'm definitely a Gravel King fan now. I think what I'll probably eventually do, maybe this winter or next spring, is get another set of wheels. Because with this bike, with something like some Continental GP 5000s, I think would be amazingly fast. I mean, it's a fast bike as it is, and then you put some faster skins on, I think she'd just fly. So I think I'm gonna probably end up doing that next year. And what I'll probably do is make these carbon wheels for my faster road tires, and then get some aluminum wheels for my gravel tires and switch back and forth once I decide, when I go for a longer ride on road or when I do something a little more fun off-road. Talked about shifting, about the tires, of course, full hydraulic brakes. Brakes wonderfully. I do love the, I forget what they call it, the technology they brought over from mountain bikes, and now they have in the newer Dura-Ace systems that came out this year. Servo Wave, I believe, yeah. It brakes wonderfully. I've never had any issues. Of course, like I said, the bike rides like a dream. The pack, I have a mid-frame pack because I do like to take, I always have a tire, a spare tube, CO2, some snacks, some food. In the summertime, I go for about, depending on the weather, 4 to 5, 6 hour rides. Got up to 70 some miles this summer. I was hoping up to 100, but maybe next year. So I love this pack. It's been really durable. I haven't gotten a lot of rain on it yet. Haven't done any bike packing with it, but from what I've seen, it's durable. It's pretty large. One thing I like about it, it's got this size where I keep most of my stuff. It's kind of hard to see in there. I have some snacks, have my food, have everything else. Now, this is the other side of the bag. What I like about it, the other side is most of the volume. This side is kind of flat, more like an envelope side. I use this for my phone up front. I keep the garage door opener for my garage here. I keep a couple other little things back here that are fairly flat. But it works out great. I really enjoy it. Obviously, one thing I do like too, it's got the third water bottle cage. I know the new one has like 6 water bottle cages or something. But this one works for me. If I'm going that far, I'll either take the hydration pack with me, or where I ride here in the Louisville area, I know where all the parks are that have water. So I just kind of stop there and get more water. Coming on up, of course, the carbon seat post I think helps quite a bit. I am on a bi-saddle. I love the bi-saddle. That thing is amazing. I've really gotten it dialed in. It's very comfortable now. It works great. Had a little bit of issues, just kind of the way it is. I keep the auto lock. Never actually had to use it. I just kind of keep it there in case I need to stop somewhere for a bathroom, refreshments, things like that. Of course, mountain bike pedals, I found those work better for me. All right, so again, like I said, this is the 2x system. I really enjoy the 2x. I am not a climber. I hate climbing, but I've gotten better at it this summer especially, just to try to make myself. I've never really used the clutch mechanism because, again, I'm not doing any hardcore mountain biking. Even when I did a little bit of mountain biking rough roads, I had it turned off. I never had any issues. It works great. So it's a 4832 in the front and 1134 in the back. I have toyed with the idea of trying to get something a little bigger in the back because on the hills, again, I'm a big guy, a lot of weight. Plus, I'm not out for speed, so having a pack doesn't bother me. Having a little heavier bike doesn't bother me. But obviously going up hills, I am thinking about looking at like a larger chain ring in the back. I've talked to my shop. I may have to change the derailleur or something. I think it's possible, but I haven't really gotten to that point of actually doing it. I think the next upgrade I'm going to have is get a second set of wheels. I'm also looking at power meters. I'm probably going to look at the pedal-based power meters instead of anything else. That way I can take it off of this bike on my mountain bike or anything else if I want. But really, so I know kind of what I really want to talk about is the idea of one bike to rule them all. And I really think the Revolt can be that one bike. It is for me. But again, I'm not doing any hardcore mountain biking, so everyone's a little different. I love it. It rides comfortably. It takes me everywhere I want to go. It eats up the road and the pavement. The Gravel Kings obviously have a little bit of rolling resistance, but if you're someone like me that just wants to go out and ride, I'm not a speed demon by any chance, but I do like to beat myself, not other people. If you're someone that's looking for a race, then it's not the bike for you. If you want to race on your local meetup group and destroy everyone, unless it's a gravel bike race, then it's in the running. But it's never going to beat, really fast road bikes. But for someone like me that just wants to go out and ride, have fun, hit lots of trails, lots of paths, lots of roads, It really opens up a lot of roads, and I love it. One thing too, like here in the Louisville area, we have the Louisville Loop, which is eventually going to be a 100-mile trail around the city. That's still in construction. There's part of it I stopped riding with my road bike. I'll just kind of give you some views of the bike as we kind of go around here. I stopped riding it on my road bike because parts of it are just in such disrepair, it was almost miserable to ride. But this bike really brought those parts back and those parts of the path back that I can ride again. Because with the big tires, the carbon frame, the carbon seat post, handlebars, and everything, the compliance this bike has is amazing. I wouldn't say night and day difference from a regular road bike, but it is definitely different. It is tremendously better than my road bike as far as comfort. So it's really helped me ride a lot farther. And it has, I've set new personal records, especially on hills, but I think a lot of that's probably training. But for me, it is the one bike to rule them all. It works. It's amazing. It's comfortable. It's beautiful. I love the paint job. I think it looks a lot better with that frame pack. I did have, of course, one of my other videos, I put the rear rack on it before. I rode that for a while. I didn't like the way it kind of put the weight in the back. I like the weight more here in the center like I have now with it right there in the middle. If you have any questions, let me know. Be happy to help anybody out. Drop a question in the comments. Also, please like and subscribe if you would. If you have any questions, I'll do more videos about this, about anything else. Once I get another set of wheels, I'll probably make a video about that as well. All right, everybody have a great day.